All right, good afternoon, morning, whatever, everyone. We are going to get into chapter 2 of Unit 2, which is all about developing your own personal brand. So the learning objectives then for this chapter are to define your personal brand, conduct an audit of your personal brand online, develop your personal brand online using LinkedIn and Twitter, understand the best practices for LinkedIn profiles and how to become an active participant on LinkedIn. And understand the do's and don'ts of social media etiquette. So when you are developing your personal brand, it is all about you. It's trying to market yourself. So it's a marketing strategy that's all about you. It's about your reputation and the combination of your personal attributes that would differentiate you from your peers. Which, if you remember us just talking about regular marketing, it's about differentiating your product and making your product better. So it's very similar, but it's just all focused on you. So there are 9 steps towards developing your personal brand. So step 1 is to identify your target audience. So first you're going to determine where you want to work. Then you're going to do a simple search of your desired role on any type of career site. Identify common keywords from your search. That way you can figure out exactly what you need to narrow down and put into like a resume or something. Step 2 then is determining your vision and purpose. So it's your personal vision, which is like a picture of your true self in the future. It's who you want to be, what you want to do, how you want to feel, and with whom you want to associate yourself with. So you're going to want to write down your personal vision. Step 3 is to determine your values then. And your values are your core principles that give the meaning to your life. So it's like a set of standards that determine your attitudes, choices, actions, all those types of things. So values could include things like balance, agility, calmness, challenging, decisiveness, perseverance, drive, honesty, integrity, teamwork, vitality, sharing, the list can go on and on. But that's just a good example. Then step 4 is to determine your passions. And your passions are what intrigue you and motivate you. And so it helps determine how you want to spend your time. Okay, so moving on, step 5 then is to determine your goals. So your goals are specific objectives that you would like to achieve. Step 6 is to determine brand attributes. So your personal brand attributes, are the words you would use to define your personality, or like the value that you would offer someone or a company or what have you. Step 7 then is to determine your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So that is like your SWOT analysis. That's what that stands for. So basically, you are just determining all of those things and you put them in a little chart. I have an activity that you can do for that later. Step 8 is to determine your competition. So you're identifying who your competition is in the marketplace and what would differentiate you from them. And then step 9 is to identify 3 words that best describe you. So you would list 3 words that reflect your personal brand. And why you would want to do this then is to really narrow down exactly what you want to focus in on, what you are good at, maybe to help develop a resume, and develop like one of those elevator pitches, so to speak, so that you can get the job that you want. This is really good to do even like before entering college and then during college reevaluating, or if getting into the workplace, so you have a really strong sense of who you are and what you want to accomplish and how you're going to accomplish them. So then the next thing After you have done all of that, all of those 9 steps, you'd want to audit your personal brand online. So as you're starting to create your personal brand, your name is going to start appearing in search engines and social networks. So what you would do is just type in your name into Google search, see what pops up, see what images appear with your name. Try uploading them professional images of yourself, tagging yourself, uploading new photos then if you have different things that would be like your LinkedIn, your Flickr, Picasa, Facebook, anything where those pictures could get out there, and setting up a Google alert with your name in order to monitor and regulate the mentions that are out there. So auditing is really just evaluating what's out there and how you can better it. So then once you've done all of the personal stuff, you're going to want to build a professional brand. And how you do this nowadays is with LinkedIn, and that's because it is the world's largest professional network. It has over 467 million users in over 200 countries. So essentially, it is the social network where professionals gather. So you want to make sure that you understand your personal brand and you can upload that into LinkedIn to have your professional brand out there. So you would want to build the perfect LinkedIn profile, so to speak. So you would want to use a photo which is professional and clearly shows your face. You are 7 times more likely to be found in LinkedIn if you have a photo. So just when you're getting to this stage in your life, that is what you want to do. Next is your headline. So it should be something that's kind of catchy. It has all of those key words from your first step in your personal audit, because this is really the first impression that everyone would see. So you really want to make your headline, stand out. Otherwise, people might just move on from that. And then when it comes to your contact information, you'll want to add like your email address so that people can easily get to you, or if you have like a Twitter account that you wouldn't mind people going to. So adding some of those things in. And then you might want to personalize your URL, because that'll make it a lot easier for people to find you if they like go to you and then come back or something. So like I said, with your profile picture, you should have one because you are 7 times more likely to be found through that. Then you should also have a cover photo, and you want that cover photo to express your professional identity, or it's a way to tell your professional story in a visual way. So you can be very creative with that. Or like this girl obviously wants to be in a big city, so she's making sure that that is like her background. That's kind of what we're getting at. I know a student who really wants to get into like graphic design, so she put some of her own graphic designs as the background. So then when it comes to LinkedIn, all the different parts to it, the next part then would be the headlines. So that's that prime real estate that is looked at by recruiters. That's the first thing that people are going to see and make people want to get into your profile and read it more. Then after the headline, they'll start looking into the summary. So that should reflect all the attributes and keywords that you had within your personal brand that you were doing. And then the next part is experience. So this is where you're addressing the audience and defining your personal brand assignment. Then the next space is recommendations. So it's really nice to get recommendations, because when other companies see that, like that you have recommendations from someone who's recommending your work, they're more likely to want to hire you or are more interested in you if you have other people that are able to back up that experience. So then the last part of LinkedIn is the accomplishments. So they have a bunch of They have a bunch of different like headings or subtitles or whatever you want to call those, categories, I guess, in accomplishments, and you should put in things